Yeah, there's no doubt who was the better team on the field today. That was Harvard. I mean, I thought our guys played hard. They never gave up. Fought till the end. They're the better team. They're better up front, obviously. If you just look at the rushing totals, if you can't stop the run and you can't run the ball effectively, it makes for a tough game. It makes for a very tough game. So, there were matchup problems, obviously, but I thought we did a good job on how we defended their receivers. But I thought there were issues up front. I mean, their front guys on the O-line and tight ends, pushed our D-line linebackers around and moved the ball effectively. I think they averaged 5 yards a rush. And I thought their D-line, just controlled the game. So they, our skill guys, our wideouts, our corners, we had an intercept. Our safety, we're, the matchups, we were okay there, but inside was tough. I mean, they controlled the game all game long, and they were the better team.
Jim, seemed like on, I think it was a 3rd and 10, they ran a draw. Seemed like momentum was kind of swinging back in your favor. Was that kind of the defining moment in the fourth quarter there, that conversion?
I don't know if that conversion was a defining moment, but it hurt. You're right, 3rd and 10, and we had, our D line, prepared and coached all week for that, and our linebackers, and they just got man on man and beat us. So I don't know if you call it a defining moment, but it was kind of indicative of the game. And we were fighting hard to get back, and you can't give that up. I mean, when you're kind of playing behind the 8 ball all day in terms of controlling the ball, you got to make those plays.
Horatio, can you talk about the play of their secondary? It seemed like they came up with some big stops, pass breakups.
I mean, to be honest with you, the secondary wasn't anything better than what we thought they would be. They played hard and they played fast, and we were ready for it. I mean, we made a few plays of our own, but we just have to be more consistent. That's all.
Sorry, from left to right is freshman running back Trevor Scales, 23 carries, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. Head coach Tim Murphy, 100th career win at Harvard. Freshman defensive back Brian Owusu, 2 interceptions. And junior running back Gino Gordon, 137 yards. Coach Murphy?
Well, first of all, we probably don't get a lot of style points today, but again, when our back was to the wall a little bit in the second half, we responded with a lot of grit and found a way to finish a very, very tough, aggressive, hard-nosed Cornell football team. We were a little bit better than them, and I think that and great effort on our part of our kids was the reason we won today.
Trevor, can you talk about the emotion playing after the loss of your grandmother?
First of all, to be honest with you, I dedicated this game to her. And it helped coming back to a wonderful support group, which is my team, and everybody around me was just so welcoming back. As soon as I got off the plane, got back to campus, everybody was just raring to go, and I was ready to go with them. You play off of emotion in this game, and that's all you can do.
Brian, there was some talk about you getting interceptions on your first snaps of the year. Is that right?
Yes.
Defensively?
Yeah, that was the second snap.
That was your second snap of the year.
But
take me through that.
Yeah, just being on the field itself, it's a great honor, and just to help this team out, do whatever I can, whether it's on the sideline, just pumping our team up, or it's on the field, just making plays. It was great to get that first pick, but that's not what it's all about. It's about getting that victory, and we were fired up as a team throughout the whole week, and it's about that team we played. We played on that weekend. This week it was Cornell. We just our coach prepared us so well to play this game, and we came out fired up. We got that victory.
And Tim, can you just talk about the gentlemen on your left and right, their performances today?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of great kids and playmakers. And, one of the great things about coaching these kids is that, to a man, they're very humble, very, very selfless. And, last week, the guy that's not sitting up here was the guy that was sitting up here last week is Cheng Ho. Gino's dinged up. Trevor had death in his family, and he responded. And they just all really do a great job supporting each other. I mean, it's an intangible, it's a dynamic, but if you don't have that great chemistry, then it just doesn't work. And these kids are all like that. They're a pleasure to coach in that regard.
And how's the 100th win feel?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great to win, whether it's 1 or 100. It just feels great to win on the road against a good team. I mean, you look at 100 wins, and it's simply a reflection of being around a lot of great kids and great coaches through the years. All of a sudden, it adds up.
You had a little adversity there with too many men on the field penalty, 15 yards, first down. How were you able to bounce back from that and kind of snatch momentum back?
We practice those adverse situations all the time. We talk about the psychology of adversity all the time. We coach it, and the way we coach it, not that we know anything about anything, but the way we coach it is to embrace it. You're either going to shrink from it or you're going to embrace the challenge of it. And our kids through the years have done a great job of embracing that challenge. When you find your back to the wall, it may be a great player goes down, it may be a bad call, it may be a tough turnover, it may be a team that just swings momentum on you. But through the years, our kids have done a great job responding to those particular kind of challenges.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about how those penalties sort of came about? Was there a problem with communication on the field?
Well, on the kick penalty, we had the previous time we'd put 2 returners out there because there was some wind and the punter had scattered some kicks, and we ended up having one too many guys, and I'm pretty sure it was a reflection of having one extra returner. And there's no excuse for it, simple as that. We put that on ourselves, as coaches, starting with me.
Trevor, what was your grandmother's name?
Emma Treadwell.
Can you spell that?
EMMA TREAD well. Treadwell.
And can you talk about your relationship with her? How close were you with her?
I was, in fact, very close to her. She and I talk on a regular basis, about once a week. And she was just such a sweet woman. She wanted me to do the best in everything that I did, both everybody in our family, myself and my little brother. She just really wanted us to do everything that we could to succeed in whatever we participate in. And I'll definitely miss her. But if I had to see her go in any way, I'm glad that she went the way she did. She went peacefully, and I'll never forget her. I love her.
Obviously the running game went great today. Can you tell me about your performance today, bouncing back from last week, not being able to play?
Like the coach said, I was a little bit dinged up, and Chang was there to take up the slack. Today, I don't believe today's performance was more about a reflection on how I played. It was more of how the offensive line took control of the line of scrimmage. If you saw the game, obviously you did. The holes were wide open, and I just ran through them. It was nice to see them, be successful with the
Coach, can you talk a little bit about? This is the second week in a row that you've had a running back rush for over 100 yards. You almost had 2 of them today. Just talk a little bit about that. What you guys have been working on O-line.
Well, the first 2 games, we talked about after the first 2 games, we had thrown the heck out of the football and talked about working towards balancing our offense. Part of that is scheme. Part of that is your opponent and the game plan. But yeah, we have a chance to be a good offensive team. What we got to do is put it all together. We really haven't done that. We found ways to win. We found ways to play one-handed pretty well. We threw the ball great the first 2 games. Didn't throw it so well the last 2 games. But it's nice to be able to have another way to go.
Brian, can you just talk about the competition with your brother coming from an athletic family?
Wait a minute. I've been to his house. His sister's the best athlete. You tell him I said that.
Yeah, just growing up, I've been surrounded by great athletes in my family, and it's a privilege just to be able to, play with my brother, both in high school and middle leagues and all that stuff. and just seeing him improving right now, you know, at Stanford right now, he's doing extremely well. I'm proud of him. But, you know, I just came out here, you know, try to make a name for myself as well, and just try to work through it, and working hard, you know, in practice, in the games, and shows in the games, and you know, just being with these guys and these coaches, you know, makes it a lot easier, and you know, it's a privilege just to be out here and just to be able to play ball.
Did your dad actually compete in the Olympics?
Yes,
He
he
did compete.
yeah, 1976 Montreal.
For Ghana?
Yeah, for Ghana. Yeah, his hometown. He ran the 400, and you know, just he doesn't talk about it much, but you know, we always tell him it's not as fast as he was before, and I probably beat him, but but you know, nah, he's a great dad, So.